think I'd almost akin it to think about the end of World War II and basically the invention of the nuclear bomb, right? In that singular moment of research, it changed the nature of the world forever. And that Pandora's box could not be closed. So the gravity of inventing that or discovering that, however you want to position it, forever changed how we even live today. And, you know, sort of us a couple of generations away from World War II, we've got no vote on the past, whether they should have or shouldn't have discovered that or invented that, but yet it fundamentally affects us right now. I mean, we, in all intents and purposes, globally might be on the verge of World War III, and between countries that are nuclear powers, of which we've got no say. So, and what's interesting is when you don't have children, you tend to think of yourself sort of quite insular in that, you know, what you do and your actions affect you, and that's fine and all that. But, you know, I know even from personal experience, once you start having kids, you start understanding that you, even as an individual, are sort of a lineage of consciousness that sort of extends in the past and extends into the future. And then you start thinking more about, well, my sort of small actions affect my children and fundamentally then will affect their children, exactly how our forefathers' sort of decisions affected us now. And AI almost feels like that same sort of pivotal moment as sort of that nuclear bomb discovery, is that, you know, if we're not equipping our children or societies to live in a world where the tables are uneven, you know, think about countries that have nukes and those that don't. Like, what negotiation leverage do you have if you don't have a nuclear power? I mean, you know, even if you look into the history of Ukraine, they actually had to give up their nuclear weapons for specific sort of financial aids and things. I mean, it's a complicated matter, but that fundamentally changed the negotiation leverage, you know, by not having that. So you take a look at the next generation in terms of skills, and you mentioned Africa. You know, if you've got an accelerating world that's data literate, AI savvy, that's operating in a global environment, and then you've got somebody sitting in the southern tip of Africa who, you know, maybe has never seen a textbook, he has to learn under a tree. You know, that's not a fair balance of power in a lot of ways. And not to say that one can always achieve a fair balance of power, but the disparity between those two things are so huge that it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that that's not a recipe for a long-term success of everybody on the planet, you know. So it's a very, very interesting perspective, and, you know, all the research, all the cool tech is coming from these very insular environments. And, you know, it's important to sort of bring it back down to earth, you know. Absolutely. And I think you're doing a great job in that, you know.